And we're back here, second hour main event, of course. I'm your humble host, Stephen McCollum, and 17-year NFL veteran Dale Hillestree is here to my right as well. And Dale has been chomping at the bit at this ever since I told him that this gentleman is going to join us. Dale loves his comedians out there and always hitting Holmberg up for free tickets and everything and everything. So, Dale, you gotta see. I want to see you work your magic here as well. Paul Mercurio is going to join us. He's an Emmy-winning comedian. Excuse me. You've seen him in his frequent appearances on The Late Show with Stephen Colbert. He's been in his comedy specials on Comedy Central, HBO as well. This is what's fascinating, Dale. He hosts his own podcast, Inside Out with Paul Mercurio. He's had guests like Bryan Cranston, Stephen Colbert, Paul McCartney. He's headlining Rick Bronson's House of Comedy this weekend, Friday and Saturday, 2 shows both nights, Dale. So you can catch the early one before your bedtime if you'd like out there. Paul Mercurio is joining us here right now, folks. Paul, I think we've got it solved. How you doing, man?
Good, man. Can you hear me?
Oh, yes. Perfect. There we go. Yeah. We're going to blame the football coach we normally have in on this time. Their season's over and everything. We just had to log you out, actually. We just had to log you out, logged you back in, and it worked. So Zoom is always fun out there. But hey, you're a comedian. You can roll with the punches, right?
Dale was doing a good job answering the questions for me.
I answered them as if I was him. I wonder if
you don't really need me. I'll see you guys. You just do the
I wonder how off base I was, but
no,
that's great.
You were fine.
Okay,
you were great.
Well, what questions was he asking?
Well, the one that I'm always interested in, because I seem to see it more and more on Twitter, is just in the middle of the show, the hecklers are getting more obnoxious, getting louder, disruptions. Do you have something set in mind to prepare to battle it, or you don't know what's coming at you, so you just have to do it by the seat of your pants?
Well, a lot of comedians will have stock lines, and there are stock lines out there you can use, hey, buddy, the guy will heckle you, and then you'll be like, yeah, well, hey, buddy, I could have been your father, but the dog beat me over the fence. That's one of the so,
right.
And you can use that anywhere. Like if someone's obnoxious to you at the market or your gas station. But no, what I do is, here's what I find. When they're in the darkness, they're brave. But when you shine the light on them, they shrink.
Yeah.
So what I do is, if someone is giving me a hard time, which is very rare because I talk to the audience a lot, so I think they know I can kind of handle myself. But if it's usually they've been, they're drinking and they're a little tipsy. You just start talking to them, and then they're like, "Oh boy, everybody's looking at me now."
Yes.
Yeah, they think it's only you and them in the room, right? At the beginning.
But they turn into big babies. Like one night, I had a shirt, and all it was a button-down shirt. That's all, just a regular button-down shirt, and the guy goes, "Hey, nice stripes on your shirt." I'm like, and I know exactly. So I went up to him and I go, "What are you, Dale?" No, I said,
he hears that a lot.
I literally went over to him and I had them turn the house lights up, and I go, "Now clearly my shirt isn't that ugly that's the problem, right? You're just an a-hole, right?" And he goes, "Yeah, I kind of am." And his wife is with him, and his wife starts nodding her head.
That's the problem. The wife's with them. What's the worst audience? A New York audience, an East Coast audience, or an audience out here on the West Side?
No, I mean they're all great. They're all great, and I'm not pandering. It really is you. If you can't, at this level of doing this, if you can't handle an audience or get them turned around, especially if you're a headliner, you shouldn't be doing it. It's usually not the audience's fault if a comic doesn't have a good set. You just need to know what you need to do. And I tend to talk to the audience a lot anyway. But not to do crowd work, and I just like talking to people because you get these amazing stories.
Right.
I had this guy, and I go, "You're in a bad mood." He goes, "Yeah." See, because I'm doing a Broadway show too called Permission to Speak, directed by Frank Oz. And the premise of the show is we're disconnected, but if we get together and on stage and share stories, you realize we have more in common than we think, and maybe we don't have to be so divisive. It's not a political show. So I had a guy on stage one night, and I'm going, "What's going on?" He goes, "Yeah, I'm in a bad mood." "Yeah, what happened?" "I broke up with my girlfriend." "Why?" She goes, "You wouldn't listen to me." I go, "What happened?" He goes, "I told her not to shoplift at CVS." And I'm like, "Wait, did you just say at CVS?" This is all true, guys. I go, "Yeah." He goes, "Anyway." I go, "No, not anyway. What are you talking about?" He goes, "Well, I taught her how to shoplift." Anyway, I go, what? He goes, yeah. He goes, that's how I make my money. I shoplift, but I shoplift at really nice places like Slacks and Saks and Bloomingdale's and Neiman Marcus, and then like Louis Vuitton bags, and I sell them. Now everybody's heads are exploding in the audience because this guy thinks this is normal, right? I go, so what happened? He goes, well, she saw me getting nice stuff. She nags me, teach me. I'm like, I'm not going to teach you because you're just going to waste it and shoplift at stupid places. He's not saying don't shoplift.
Right.
He's saying if you're going to shoplift, do it at the right, like this.
He's got levels.
So I go, what happened? He goes, well, end of story. Sure enough, 2:00 in the morning, I teach her. And like a week later, 2:00 in the morning, my phone rings and she's been arrested at CVS for shoplifting lipstick and a hand mirror. And I said, what happened? He goes, well, I went down there. We got in a big argument in the back of the squad car and I broke up with her. I go, when? A few days later, he goes, nah, in the back of the squad car. I don't need this aggravation. And like, you go, okay, well, like this is, and so what you realize is everybody's got something in their life and some people live their lives in a way that we wouldn't, but it's interesting anyway. That it's interesting to see how other people live, you know?
So I want to get a bearing on you. We talked about our show. Usually we start our show every morning with what happened to Steve the day before.
I'm that guy, by the way. I don't shoplift or anything, but I'm that guy. Just the weirdest things happen to me.
And he's been on a roll this last week. So yesterday he got a flat tire, all right, and he gets it towed to Discount Tire to get it changed.
What?
And the
Wait
guy,
a minute. You gotta change the tire yourself.
I was gonna say, are you a tire changer?
Oh my God, you're not a man. I'm done. I can't.
Hold on.
This interview is over. Goodbye.
Hold on. You live in New York City. I'm assuming you don't have a car. Do you have a car?
No, I actually heard you in the break.
Okay.
The previous segment.
Yeah.
Yes, we have a car. We park it on the street, but you're also right. I get around on the subway, but we do have a car.
Okay.
And
Well,
so,
new cars
it.
generally don't come with spare tires anymore. That's the problem.
Here we go.
So what do you do? What do you do?
No, you're just Mr. Highfalutin big star, host your own show. You don't want to get your little hands
Well,
greasy, do you?
Okay, first of all, you're right on that, first of all. But second of all, it's even worse because I have it's my 17-year-old's car, and I had to take him to school yesterday, a flat tire in the garage, etc. And I was going to have him help me, but then, we had a big, busy day. I can make all these excuses. But the guy at the tire place looked at me and said, he literally looks at me and goes, didn't feel safe putting the spare tire on, huh? And I was like, done. I was like, all right, thanks, buddy. That's the stuff that happens to me.
And
just little comments like that.
And then he got in line. We have Discount Tires out here where they'll do a courtesy check of your air for free.
Yeah.
And it's him and 12 other housewives that are in this line because he can't check his own air.
Yeah. And I'm getting the air put on there. There's more to that story, but we'll just leave it at that.
Hey,
Paul, I apologize. You probably thought I was a cool guy coming on here, and now you're learning the truth. I apologize.
Well, I thought you were a guy.
All right. The number one question that you put on here, this is fascinating to me. What happened in your life that made you go from being a lawyer and working on Wall Street to go, I'm going to go make people laugh?
You sound like my father. Why do you have to be so judgmental? I just met you like 5 minutes ago.
Well,
I'm not the guy working with a guy who doesn't know how to check his own air tire.
Well, we should get into Dale's car knowledge, first of all. This is an NFL veteran. This guy gets dirty, slopped around the mud. He gets a little grease on him, and he flips out. I mean, let's be honest about this. But no, how much did you pay your way through law school, or did your parents pay it? Because that's my question on this. Are they mad because they paid all this money, and now you're a comedian?
No, they just basically you're dead to us, I think were the words they used. No, I paid my way through. I went to law school in D.C. and went to Georgetown Law School, and I ended up in New York City working at a big corporate law firm doing mergers and acquisitions. And if people don't know what mergers, M&A, it's called merge. Yeah. It's like when you eat, you have a salad, and you have a steak, and you mash that all together. That's the acquisition. And then a couple of days later, you take a really huge poop. That's the merger. And I was the colon. It all went through me. Okay. And for some reason, I always loved watching stand-up as a kid. I begged my parents to stay up late. Whoever was on that night. Rodney Dangerfield, Steve Martin, whatever it was. But I never thought I was going to do this. So I'm working all-nighters and stuff. And I started writing jokes as a hobby. I amassed a 15-page document with jokes. And one night, Jay Leno was the private entertainment that my firm was invited to. There was a big grand opening of a client's company, and Jay Leno was a private entertainment. I print the jokes out. I go up to him after his performance, and I'm like, I don't know if you need jokes, but I got jokes, and you could have them. And I hand him like a document, like 50, and he takes them. He's like, okay. Really does talk like letting the helium out of the balloon, like it's like that, right? And his head's moving around. It's giant, like a Macy's Thanksgiving Day parade. And then a couple of days later, my phone rings. I'm not making this up, and this is on the other end. It's Jay Leno, it's Paul there, and I'm like, there's no way Jay Leno's calling me, right? So I thought it was my friend David pulling a prank because he liked to do voices and stuff, and he knew I met Leno. And I go, yeah, really funny. David goes, no, really, Shane. I go, David, I'm literally pulling an all-nighter on this deal. I don't have time. No, it's Jay Leno. I go, stop. I know it's not. No, it's really Jay Leno. And I actually said to Jay Leno, you do a lousy Jay Leno. Okay.
He probably agreed with you, though, right? He probably went, okay.
Exactly. I think I do a pretty good man. And then a couple of days later, he said to me, I'll hire you to send the jokes for the Tonight Show monologue in my act, and I'll pay you $50 a joke. And then he goes, by the way, what do you do for a living? I go, I'm a lawyer. And he starts busting my chops. Yeah. He goes, I knew it. I go, why? He goes, you write like a lawyer. You're too wordy. He goes, get to the punchline already. He goes, writing jokes, not the Magna Carta. And then a week after that, he calls me again. It's Jay, it's Paul there. And I'm like, Jay, what? What do you want? I can't be your friend. I got to go help a guy change its spare tire because he's not the man that his wife thinks he is.
That about sums it up.
So he said, I'm going to do one of your jokes on the Tonight Show. And he did it that night, and it just blew my head off my shoulders. And that's how it all started. And then he said to me, go try the jokes out before you send them to me. So I started to live a secret double life where I was a lawyer by day. And at night, when all the other young associates were going to dinner for like an hour or two at 6 o'clock at night, I would go to dive bars around New York City working open mic nights.
Really?
In my Brooks Brothers suit. So I would literally get in a cab.
You all dressed up. Speaking of hoity-toity.
What's that?
Speaking of hoity-toity, you're wearing your expensive suits, merger and acquisition suits at a dive bar telling jokes.
I know, exactly. All right, I deserve that. I'll take it.
So all this went down. Was this like a spur of the moment? Was this, hey, I got to start thinking about maybe making a career switch? This isn't like going from plumbing to asphalt work.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a bit of a.
How did that change happen?
Yeah, no, it was over like a 2-year period that eventually it got to the point where I either got to do this or walk away because I started to literally have a double life. And like I said, sneak out of work. I go to these dive bars. I'd pick a number out of a hat. I'd wait. I'd go on stage. I'd do my 5 minutes, and then I'd get back in a car and I'd go back to work all night. But I was becoming more and more obsessed with it. And I mean, it was bad, but these places were bad. I worked in a place called Downtown Beirut 2.
Okay.
2.
There's a worse one.
Franchising. They were franchising, right? Or somebody blew up one. I don't know, right? This quick true story. I'm waiting to go on stage one night, and they would deal drugs out of this place. There was a hooker that worked out of there, and so there's a fight at the pool table. There's a guy on stage like playing "Blowing in the Wind." I'm supposed to go up next and do my 5 minutes of stand up. There's a fight at the pool table. This one guy like cuts another guy like along the side of his neck, not his jugular, but like he cuts him over at something, and he runs out and he starts bleeding and he's screaming, "Oh, he cut me, man, he cut me!" And the girlfriend's crying, "Oh my God, look at my boyfriend!" And the guy's on stage like, "He's man, sir, my friend." He's just playing, like he's not getting off, right? So I think the show's over. The cops are there taking a police report. This guy's bleeding. The girlfriend's screaming, and I hear the MC go, "All right, you guys ready for some comedy?" And I go on, all true. And I go on stage and I go, "It's nice to be here at Downtown Beirut 2. I always wanted to follow a slashing," which I thought was a pretty good line.
I think it's a great line, yeah.
So the guy heard me say slashing who got cut because he's now drunk and just wandering around the bar with like a bloody cocktail napkin like this going, "I'm going to get that guy. I know where he lives."
You didn't realize he was cut? Yeah.
And he basically thought I was heckling him, and he goes, "Hey, you making fun of me? how do I need to take your crap? And he takes all the bloody napkins and he throws them at me. And they stick to my shirt, my white Brooks Brothers shirt. And now I got like the size of my fist of blood stain on my shirt. And I continue my act, and then nobody's listening because it's mayhem. And then the guy turns back to the bar and drunk, and he goes, "Hey, everybody." He goes, you know, first he says to me, he goes, "Hey, you know, nobody's paying attention to you." I go, I know. I said, because you're bleeding to death in front of everybody. And then he turns back to the bar. He goes, "Hey, everybody, shut the hell up. This guy's trying to tell jokes." And the whole place shuts up.
And that was the night you said, "I want to be a comedian."
Exactly. That's exactly right.
Hey, I do a lot of business stuff as well. And going back to that Jay Leno story, when you write a joke for a famous comedian or a comedian that has obviously an audience and stuff like that, is that still your joke, or do they get it because they tell the joke?
It's their joke if they pay you for it.
Okay,
it's their joke if they pay you. So he would pay me. It was on an honor system.
Yeah.
If he used it, he would pay you, and then it was his joke.
Okay.
And the art of that is, and you know, I was one of the original writers on The Daily Show, and I performed on that show, and I've written in TV. You have to not write for yourself, but you have to write for that person
in their voice, right?
Yeah, because like one of the things he said to me in the first submission of jokes that I gave him that night, I handed him the jokes because he's like a big car motorcycle guy, and I had like 5 jokes about how I hated people on motorcycles because they would weave in and out of traffic. And he's like, "I'm just going to tell you right now, I'm not going to do jokes about motorcycles because I have a motorcycle." I'm like, "Okay, well, I still think you're an a-hole, but anyway, I won't do the joke." So, but no, it's a good question. And so if he pays me, it's his joke. Okay. And then he can do whatever he wants with it.
Well, I was going to ask you, what's the joke? But since it's his joke, we won't have you take credit for it at that point, right? So you got to remember your first joke that you that you either got up on stage, or your first joke that hit that made you kind of get the bug and stuff like that. And quite frankly, they're probably usually not very good, right? I'd imagine you look back on it and you kind of go like, ugh. But they got to laugh, right? Do you remember yours?
Yeah. Well, thanks for telling me that I'm a lousy comedian. That's really going to help me sell tickets.
Never met you before.
Hey, you called me non-manly off of a story without a spare tire. So I feel like we're best friends now, Paul. It's all good.
Exactly.
All good.
No, you're absolutely right. You're really terrible for a long time as a comedian. The big reason is just getting comfortable on stage. Like, it's a weird thing if you think about it, right? Like, actors have a script and costumes and other actors that they work with. A musician is in a band with other people. This is like just you going out and going, "Hey, everybody, like me."
Yeah.
It's different every night, right? Like every audience, you have to go through those caverns and stuff like that, right? Yeah.
Yeah. So like I'm gonna do 2 shows each night, Friday and Saturday at the House of Comedy. And the early show will be different than the late show. Yeah. Not better, not worse, just different. And within a show, the dynamic of the audience can change. It's human beings, right? It's like whatever. And like so like I mean, one of the things that we started to talk, I mentioned to you guys about was like, how what you can say and what you can't say. And you asked about like our New York audience is better, East Coast, West Coast. It really doesn't matter to me. I'm going to do what I want to do. And whether you like me or you like me and you don't, right? Like, we are in a culture where like everybody's trying to catch each other. Ooh, what did he mean by that? Like, even just in like, it's just too much. Like, I believe in political correctness. I really do. But it's like sometimes the pendulum goes too far and we're like walking on eggshells when we don't have to. Right?
That's what I was going to ask you. How long have you been doing this?
I just like 20 minutes. I'm really
I'm wondering how many years and how much have you seen that pendulum swing? If you've been doing it for 20 years, 20 years ago, you could do a lot of stuff you can't do now.
Yes. Yeah. I'd say in the last 5, it's really, let me put it this way. In the last 5 or 6, it's really become an issue, but it seems to be swinging back now to a little bit more. Like about a year or 2 or 3 ago, it was like insane. Like it was like every little thing. And it's not just comedy clubs, it's our society. And again, I don't really do politics. I'm not a political comedian per se. It's a social thing. And I think it affects everybody. Like, I think just in life, people are just looking. And I think part of it is social media gives you a platform if you're just the regular Joe. And then you can say, oh, I saw this guy Dale and he said this at the restaurant, and then you tweet it, and then you get followers, and then you become famous because a lot of people want to be celebrities. So like, for example, but in real life, it's a problem. My wife and I live in New York City, walking our dog in Central Park. It's a law after 9 o'clock in the morning, you're supposed to have your dog on a leash. This guy, big guy with a big dog, little kids around, no leash, scaring people. And my wife, who's like the nicest person in the world, goes, excuse me, sir, your dog, it should be on a leash. There's kids around. That's all she said. And he goes like this. Why? Because it's a pit bull? Like implying that we were like racist toward pit bulls or something? And I looked at him and I went, no, because it's got a baby in its mouth. Okay, that's why. Okay.
Well, I mean, going off of Dale's point here, and then we'll wrap up because we know you got other stuff going on today.
Bigger stuff to do than us.
Yeah, exactly. I appreciate you slumming it here with the main event here today. But going to that point there that Dale just made, because my mind wanders into the business side of this business and everything.
Yeah.
But you work on Stephen Colbert's show, obviously, and everybody knows the history of that show recently and stuff to that effect. When your comedy style, for the warm-up act and stuff like that, do you have to go off of, because you know what his audience is, you have to formulate your act toward that audience, or you just go do your thing and they like it, they don't. If they're mad at Steven and his show sucks because, you've made everybody mad. Like, what's the process behind that as a comedian?
Well, look, I don't, first of all, Steven's drunk all the time anyway, so he doesn't even know where he is. Okay?
That explains a lot.
That's why we got canceled. No. No, I do what I do. And what I do, so I perform on the show. I do stand-up on the show a lot. So I a couple of different hats there. If I'm doing the warm-up, I don't go out and do a set of jokes. I just talk to the audience. Okay. And then I get these stories. And that interaction, along with the kind of stuff I do in my act, led to this Broadway show that I mentioned called Permission to Speak, because I was getting these insanely hilarious, crazy, unbelievable stories from people. Because you guys, me, everybody watching and listening, you all have a story.
Yeah.
If you're over the age of 6, you got a story. Yeah. And so what I do is I just go out and I do my thing. Now, every once in a while, human resources at CBS will get a complaint about something that I said.
Yeah.
And then they'll call me.
Yeah.
And they'll be like, and then I'll be like, I'll give them a different finger. And because I'm not going to do something that's like super saccharine sweet or whatever. Yeah. It's just a crazy, but like, again, it's people looking like so I like to talk to the audience. It's a complete improv. Like if you're going to come see me this weekend, I'll probably talk to the audience. It's not planned. I don't pre-screen. I don't plan people. Right. But it's not like, hey, nice hat. And then I make fun of your hat. It's really like, how long you been married? How did you meet? You get that second, you guys interview people. Yeah. Second, third, and fourth question, you get like a great answer.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
So I'm doing my thing. It was actually at the Late Show, and a woman comes up to me after the show, and she said, and this ties into what I was talking about like political correctness, and like that's the other thing in our culture now. Everything has to be fair and even. If it's not fair and even, then there's some nefarious motive, or you have some evil intent. Yeah. Sometimes just crap doesn't work out the way you want it to. Right. Okay, that's all. Yeah. So anyway, I do the thing with the audience. Woman comes up to me, she goes, oh, I enjoyed your show, and I noticed you talked to the audience, but you seem to talk to the men more than you did the women, and it would be nice if you talked to the men and the women in an equal amount of time. Now, this is a middle-aged woman, not a 20-year-old child, okay? I go, well, listen, ma'am, if I planned it, you would have a point, but this is a complete improv. I have no idea who I'm talking to, when, or why. She goes, well, I still think it would be nice if you could talk to the men and women in an equal amount of time. And I said, this is why I talk to men more than I do women. Okay.
And then you got a CBS complaint for some reason after that, right? Go ahead.
She tased me. So, but
yeah, yeah, exactly. So 2 shows Friday, 2 shows Saturday coming up here. I know we're cutting it close on time here, but I have to bring this up.
I'm good. I got a couple more minutes.
You do? Okay.
I'm good.
The gentleman to my right played for the Dallas Cowboys 3-time Super Bowls, played on the Bills. They went to the AFC Championship game. Played at SMU college back with Dickerson, and though you're old enough to remember those SMU teams and stuff like that, at least know about them, and all that. This guy, he does another radio hit on a big program here in town as well called Holmberg's Morning Sickness. We'll give them the plug here. And a few months ago, this guy here, I just gave you his resume. This guy here went on that program and said, "Oh, stand-up comedian's easy. I can do that. I can do it easily." This guy just said that.
Here we go.
Yeah.
You tell. You were giving him
Well,
how you got into it.
He went from being a lawyer to stand-up comedian.
No, that's why I gave your football credentials, Dale, beforehand. At least he had some corporate stuff he could lean on and everything. So, Paul, give this gentleman some advice on getting started, because we're going to make him. I got with that other show. We're going to make him get up there and do a hard 10 coming up here someplace and everything. Hey, and if you need an opener, I'm just saying, might be somebody right here to go. So
I can tell you right now, I've spent a half hour with Dale, and I can say to him right in the eye, "Don't quit your day job. Do not quit your day job."
I knew there was something I didn't like about you.
Oh, all you do is you put your little pads on because you don't want to get hurt, and then and then you can't even lift the Gatorade bottle yourself. You have to have a little 4-foot guy squeeze the little water into your mouth.
These are my instruments, Paul.
You prima donna, you. You know what? Why don't you do that during your stand-up? Like about 3 minutes in, just turn, have a little guy come out and squirt a little Gatorade into your mouth.
That might be good.
Whoa, okay, I'm ready to go.
Oh, goodness.
I just had to throw that. Dale probably thought I forgot about that. I've been saving it up, man, since we've talked about you coming on here.
Dale, can I just say something? If Steve is your friend, you need to get better friends.
Oh, I tell you, with him, I don't need any enemies.
We don't talk after the show. It's like the camera goes off and it's separate ways, and it's a whole thing, Paul. Right? You're in the entertainment industry. You see that all the time, right? Cameras go off and just scatters.
Like the John Lennon and Paul McCartney of Phoenix.
Yeah,
you guys
right.
Just don't get along anymore. You just get along.
So when are you coming into town? Are you still back there working right now, or are you in this good weather now?
Yeah,
we're
doing the late show today.
Yeah.
I'm doing the late show tomorrow, and I fly in Thursday night. I'll be at your house about 11:45. Just leave the back door open. Wouldn't mind a little peanut butter and jelly sandwich made for me.
I can leave the front door open for you. You can walk through my front door. You don't have to go to the back.
Just so you know, I sleep only in a t-shirt, so I may be wandering around.
You know what?
Dale's comfortable with that. He's been around a lot of naked men.
Well, why a t-shirt? Why not just be all natural?
There you go.
Hey, I got a hallway TV. It's a whole nother bit for an early. I got a hallway TV. I got plenty of room for you. My problem is I'm about an hour and a half from where you're performing, so you'd have to leave
an hour and a half.
Yeah, you'd have to leave like Friday. It's about an hour roughly. Yeah, so you'd have to leave like Friday morning to get there for your Friday.
Well,
night
I think
show,
you should come to the show, but make sure you bring a spare tire with you.
No, I'll just call AAA halfway. I'll just hop in an Uber and have them handle it while I'm coming to see you. They're on that side and everything. So it's out there.
What's the over-under on when George Pickens completely implodes as a Cowboy? He seems to be on that path. Here's my impression of George Pickens last week.
Hey, and remember, he's playing for a contract extension right now.
Yeah, right. Exactly.
Imagine after he gets his money. Oh, don't get me started.
I'm a Patriots fan. We could talk about that all day, but I thought Stephon Diggs was going to be a pain in the ass, but he's been all right so far.
Yes,
so I'm hoping
it's the coaching, right?
Whatever.
The coaches had a lot to do with that.
Well, hey, just really, since you're in New York, I was not a Brian Daboll fan at all, and I actually grew up a Giants fan because when you grew up here, you were either a Cowboys or a Broncos fan, and I love those Lawrence Taylor teams and stuff like that. Out here and everything, but Brian Daboll. I mean, was it as bad as I think it is with Brian Daboll and the Giants? Are they just that big of a mess right now?
Yeah, I mean, apparently he did apparently some of the players on the offensive side of the ball liked him, but he just didn't have that presence on the team. And you got to any NFL team, you have a short fuse where you can not do well, but especially in New York, as you probably know, it's like this. And so he wasn't great with the press, and and that whole organization, I mean, it's one of the founding organizations, and they've never been. Do you understand what my life is like, guys? I live in New York City. Do you know what 2 games I get every Sunday?
The Jets,
the friggin' Giants, and the Jets.
Yes.
Okay.
Hey, we get the Cardinals, buddy. Have you seen the Cardinals this year?
What's that?
Yeah, we get the Cardinals. Have you not seen the
I
Cardinals?
understand.
Yeah.
I've been living here a long time. You know what I do on Sundays? I don't get the NFL package. I just go to the local middle school and I watch a football game, and it's better than what I can get on the professional.
Yeah, but you got our guy out here, Cam Scadaboo, man. He became a legend there in New York while he was playing before he got injured. He's a legend here, coming from Arizona State and everything. So
no, I know, but I also felt like he was injury or no injury, he felt like he would sort of peak, and then he'd be like, he was never going to be like an true impact player. I think he infused a lot of energy into a mediocre team, and then like he got injured, unfortunately. But you don't carry a team with a guy like that, you know what I mean? But still a good player. But
good luck on your show Friday and Saturday night after saying that.
Yeah.
Good luck at your show saying that. That's all I'm going to tell you.
I got to help you from the back. Hey, this guy thinks Scadaboo sucks.
Yeah, I just lost like 15 people coming to see my show.
But more than that, he just showed up on his scooter, for what we call the Territorial Cup here against ASU and U of A. He showed up on his scooter and got a louder ovation than the rest of the team did throughout the whole game and stuff like that.
Did he really?
So,
well,
no, he's a local god here. Yeah.
I think he's a brilliant player, and I take what I said back. Hey, everybody, come to my show. Dale's going to do his stand-up.
I tweeted out earlier the House of Comedy where you can get tickets for Friday and Saturday night. Friday night, 7:30 and 9:45 p.m. on Friday. 7:30, 9:30 p.m. on Saturday as well. Up there, it's in that Desert Ridge area there, up there in North Phoenix and everything up there. And I know it's funny. Like when I say you're coming on, it's just all of a sudden like my girlfriend and a couple other people are like, oh man, we got to get tickets and go. Yeah. And then I'm like, I don't know. Now he's gonna pick me out and pick on me on that thing, and I don't need that in my life. I'm gonna send them. All right, I'll buy
what you should do is you should teach a show in communications school about how to host a show and go, I don't know if I'm going to go to your show or not.
No,
like, you're the host,
this is my. I got stories galore on this.
Say go. It's an amazing show.
Yes.
This is my point. I'm going to be at your show on one of these shows because women choose it right, regardless. And you're going to be hilarious, and it's going to be fun. And I'm looking forward to it.
Steve's about 6'2" and a half, bald, obviously. He's about 300 pounds.
I'm wearing a hat.
You can't miss him.
I'm wearing a hat with. I'm a big dude, and I'm going to wear a hat with a mullet in the back. So no, I'm just kidding around. But no, it's going to be a fun time, man. I'm looking forward to it.
You're Brian Daboll. That's who you are.
Maybe that's why I hate him so much. I can yell like him too. I can. If you get on my bad side, I can yell like him also. But hey, Paul, travel safe. Come out, enjoy this good weather this weekend. My last question for you is not between shows, but leading up. So Saturday morning, you're going to wake up, be here in beautiful Phoenix, North Phoenix up there and everything. Weather's way better than anything you're experiencing back there right now and whatnot. Are you doing anything Saturday morning before your night shows? Are you just a hotel guy?
I'm doing your shrubs. I'm going to come by, little trim, little.
No, I need them. I appreciate that.
Hey, you can throw your Speedo in your suitcase and hang out by the pool.
Yeah, I got a pool. That's my danger with you coming. Oh yeah. That's my danger of you coming in the backyard. I'm gonna have to wake up to you.
Let me put this in my phone.
Yeah.
Give me your address right now. Tell me your exact address.
I'll text you.
Hey, nice to meet you.
Yeah, we'll see you this weekend.
Thanks
everybody, get on there. We put the link out there. I'll tell everybody about it again here and everything. But I appreciate you joining us, Paul. Have a great time here in Phoenix, and good luck there with your daily show duties here the rest of the week.
Yeah, late show actually.
Oh, late show. I'm sorry. Yeah. What did I say? Daily show.
That's okay. Listen, this has been a lot of fun. I really appreciate it. And one of you guys is actually pretty funny.
Now we're going to argue.
Yeah.
Drops the bomb and leaves. Well, I got to go figure out how to change a tire. So I'll see you later, man.
Please, will you? Please.
Take care, Paul.
See you, Paul. Thank you.
Take care, guys. Thanks
for everybody else, we'll take a quick break here and come on back and wrap up this show with Kenny Dillingham and his words and everything. Nick Rowlis as well. And then NAU head coach said some things about the transfer portal I found interesting, Dale. Let's get into that. Come on back. The main event.